Hello, darlings. Welcome to Z Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Today, we dive deep into Seali's regrets and struggles and Sachin being trapped in a new marriage with another woman. Let's get into it. The episode opens with Sachin desperately trying to defend himself in front of Simi's guardians. He repeatedly insists that he has done nothing wrong and explains that it was Simi who pressured him to drive the car and help her escape from home. Despite his honest attempts, the family members remain unconvinced, and Sachin struggles to make them believe his side of the story. Suddenly, the situation takes a shocking turn when Simi boldly declares that she is in love with Sachin. Hearing this, her uncle becomes furious and directs his anger toward Sachin. In the midst of the chaos, Simi quietly whispers to Sachin, warning him to simply go along with whatever she says, or else the family might beat him badly. Completely confused and frightened, Sachin fails to understand what game Simi is playing and begins pleading for his safety. At that tense moment, Simi's grandmother arrives dramatically and takes control of the situation. With an authoritative tone, she orders the other family members to leave the two alone. She then directly questions Sachin about his feelings for Simi. Nervous and helpless, Sachin again tries to clarify that he never manipulated Simi and that she was the one who insisted on running away. However, the grandmother completely misreads the situation. When Sachin clearly states that he is not in love with Simi, she loses her temper and slaps him hard, leaving him stunned. Meanwhile, Seali is shown in deep distress as she cannot find any trace of her husband. Overwhelmed with worry, she breaks down in tears and prays sincerely for divine help, fearing that her relationship might be falling apart. While wandering anxiously, she notices a flower shop and steps in to help a staff member. Unfortunately, the staff misunderstands her intentions and suspects her of theft. Just in time, the shop owner intervenes, clears the misunderstanding, and offers Seali kindness. Moved by her situation, the flower shop owner gives her temporary shelter and promises to help her search for her missing husband. Back at Simi's house, the grandmother makes a sudden and shocking announcement. Simi will be married to Sachin. The declaration leaves Sachin completely bewildered. Despite his visible confusion, Simi quietly urges him to remain silent for a few hours. The grandmother, impressed by Sachin's personality and appearance, becomes even more convinced about the match. Soon, the family members begin celebrating enthusiastically, treating Sachin like the future groom. Later that night, Simi secretly meets Sachin to explain the truth. Frustrated and alarmed, Sachin immediately tells her that he is already married to Seali. However, Simi pleads with him to stay calm and finally reveals her real plan. She confesses that her own boyfriend will arrive within 2 days and that she intends to run away with him. Sachin realizes he has been unwillingly dragged into her scheme. Though he firmly refuses to cooperate, Simi is in a state of emotional turmoil. Overwhelmed by fear and pressure, she threatens Sachin that she will take her own life if he reveals the entire truth to her family. She feels completely trapped and believes she cannot endure the humiliation and chaos that might follow. Sachin, however, remains calm and compassionate. He gently tries to make her understand that ending her life is never a solution to any problem. Though frustrated that she may be forced to marry Harry, a man he clearly disapproves of, Sachin prioritizes her safety above all. After a heartfelt conversation, Simi gradually calms down. Sachin ultimately agrees to help her escape this suffocating situation. In return, Simi promises that within 2 days, she will assist him in safely getting out of the house without raising suspicion. Meanwhile, not all of Simi's guardians are satisfied with the decision made by her grandmother. Doubts linger in the household. Her uncle in particular remains deeply suspicious and angry with Sachin. When he notices Sachin and Simi talking privately on the rooftop, his anger intensifies. He becomes convinced that something inappropriate is going on between them. His distrust grows stronger, and he begins to keep a closer watch. Harry is also instructed to observe the young pair carefully and report anything unusual. On another front, Mamta visits Tejas's showroom and confronts Roshni about the money she had borrowed. She criticizes Roshni for failing to inform her about the delay in repayment. Despite her irritation, Mamta assigns Roshni a new responsibility. She wants her to subtly understand Neetu's feelings and thoughts regarding Akash and uncover what is truly going on in her mind about him. Before leaving, Mamta also purchases a mixer grinder from the showroom. Elsewhere, Seali continues to worry about Sachin, wondering whether he has eaten properly or not. Ironically, at that very moment, Sachin is being force-fed an excessive amount of food by Simi's family. The quantity overwhelms him and he feels extremely uncomfortable. Though he repeatedly insists that he cannot eat anymore, the family members keep urging him to finish everything, leaving him helpless and physically strained. Back at home, Roshni, with Ria's assistance, devises a clever plan to fool Renuka and Tejas. They order food from outside but claim that Roshni prepared it herself. Initially, the plan seems successful. However, Renuka's sharp observation leads her to inspect the dustbin, where she finds evidence of the takeaway packaging. Realizing the truth, she confronts them. Roshni argues that it is impossible for her to manage both her beauty parlor job and all the household responsibilities alone. When Renuka learns that Ria suggested the idea, she becomes furious with both of them. Ria and Roshni openly declare that balancing professional work and full-time household chores is beyond their capacity. Despite this, Renuka continues to single out Roshni and pressures her to take full responsibility for domestic duties. Both Ria and Roshni feel sympathy for Seali, who used to handle all the household work single-handedly without complaint. As night falls, Seali remains restless, thinking about Sachin and feeling deeply saddened by his absence. Meanwhile, Sachin struggles to sleep, his stomach uncomfortably full after being forced to eat far more than he could handle. He imagines a romantic moment with Seali. In his dream, the two of them happily confess their love and dance together in a lush green field, completely lost in each other's company. However, the beautiful scene suddenly breaks when Sachin wakes up to reality. A group of energetic young men surrounds him and drags him up to the rooftop, where they have arranged a strict physical training session. Sachin is visibly shocked and confused by the unexpected preparations. The men insist that he must build strength and stamina, leaving him with no choice but to cooperate. His training begins with an unusual task. He is ordered to drink a large glass of buffalo milk. The sheer quantity of the milk makes Sachin nervous and uncomfortable. Despite his hesitation, the others firmly pressure him until he finally forces himself to drink it. Just when he thinks the ordeal might ease, a bulky, heavy-set man arrives and starts giving him an extremely vigorous body massage. Claiming it will make him more active and fit. Instead of feeling refreshed, Sachin becomes completely exhausted and overwhelmed by the intense treatment. Watching all this, Harry finds the entire situation highly entertaining. He appears delighted by Sachin's misery and struggles. Sachin, clearly drained and desperate for relief, pleads with Harry to help him escape the harsh routine. Unfortunately for him, the pressure continues, and he is again pushed to perform strenuous push-ups. At this critical moment, Simi arrives and intervenes. She politely requests her uncle to give Sachin some time so he can gradually adjust to their demanding lifestyle and customs. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Seali is seen preparing tea for the kind woman who has given her shelter. The lady gently suggests that they should visit the Gurdwara together to pray for Sachin's well-being. Seali agrees, showing her concern and emotional connection with him. Back at Sachin's side, Simi becomes curious about his personal life and begins asking questions about his love interests. However, Sachin is clearly not in the mood to discuss such matters and tries to avoid the conversation. Their discussion is soon interrupted when Simi's grandmother and aunt arrive. They instruct both Sachin and Simi to get ready, as the family plans to visit the Gurdwara. Before leaving, Sachin is once again forced to eat a heavy breakfast, which only adds to his discomfort and anxiety. He quietly worries about how he will manage to escape from this increasingly complicated situation. Eventually, Sachin and Simi reach the Gurdwara. Sachin is burdened with guilt, troubled by the many lies he has told recently. Coincidentally, Seali also arrives at the same Gurdwara, setting the stage for a possible encounter. On the home front, Renuka grows increasingly frustrated as she notices the house in complete disarray. Seali's absence has clearly disrupted the household routine, and no one seems willing to step up and handle the chores. The tension in the family begins to rise. Observing the growing conflict, Ria starts thinking of a practical solution that might restore peace and order within the household. Seali discovers Sachin at the Gurdwara, holding Simi's hand because of their upcoming marriage. See you in the next. Much love.